Hi Capricorn, this is your forecast for the month of December 2016. This is a general reading for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, or Capricorn Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a personal reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, you'll need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. So thank you, Capricorn, for taking some time out of your life to spend it with me. So the first week of December, you are focused on teamwork or planning. There's a strong emphasis on using your talents and doing a good job. So this could be a week where you're seeing some of the rewards from that effort. You may be focused on your expertise in some way or craftsmanship. This could be improvements to your property even. But for many of you, there's a focus on learning of some sort, a certification, earning a degree, your abilities with regard to those areas. And there could be some changes that take place this week. Maybe you're changing your residence. Again, maybe this is because of some home or property improvement that you're doing. This is also about working together. You could be involved in conferences, interviews, face-to-face meetings of some sort. Could be a group dynamic. And you're getting together in order to improve something. So this is a period where you can see what's wrong, what's working, what's not working. And if you've put in the due diligence, this is a week where you can very well launch something, get it started, or try to establish something, whatever that is, a project, a job, a relationship, and take it to the next level. This is also a week if you've been working on something to wrap it up, to finish things, to conclude projects or your studies or anything that's been hanging in limbo or in flux. This is a time to wrap that up. And again, you can clearly see what's working, what's not, so you can put those finishing touches on it and make it what it is that you want it to be. This is a focus this week also on saving your money rather than spending it. And maybe financial constraints are an issue. This could be a week where you feel like whatever it is that you're doing, there's some circumstance that is really keeping you locked into a situation and you feel as if you're unable to get what you want or what you deserve. Especially if you're dealing with other people who are asking a lot of you, people that are codependent or insecure or needy. And there may be accusations flying this week. Either you or someone else could be accused of being somehow false or misrepresenting themselves materially or emotionally. So if that's the case, if you're dealing with clutter in your life right now, this is not the best time to start something new, start a new job, start a project, because you're going to have so many distractions that you're not going to grasp the essence of what it is that you need to do or learn completely or even enjoy it, because you're going to be so bogged down with this other stuff. This could be a week where travel, whether that's day-to-day travel or taking a short trip or a long trip, it could be a week where that is complicated, costly, or frustrating. Maybe there's lots of traffic or there are delays. This is also a week about, again, cooperation, and it could be in the area of secrecy. There could be something that you are missing. You're missing a detail or something that you're hiding. Or maybe there's just something that needs to be focused on it looks like the figure in the card is holding some type of, it looks like a light. It may not be a light, but there may be a need for something to come to light this week. And it may connect to the past in some way. Now, the second week, you have this card that indicates that you are feeling a lot of anxiety. In fact, you may not even be sleeping at night because of it. There's something on your mind that you're going over. Maybe there's an illness, or you are very worried about something. There's a lot of stress that's taking place. Some of you may be experiencing a sense of depression, or there's some hopelessness, or some kind of fear that you're harboring. For some of you, this may be about an illness, and maybe you're having to confront the prospect of surgery or some female health problems. But you just seem to be unable to sleep, to relax. And even though you know what you want to happen, whatever it is, something is impacting you in a way that's challenging for you, and it's difficult for you to face the reality of something. Now, maybe you are worried about, some perfectionism, or pulling a project together, or closing up some area of your life. Maybe you're taking an exam and you're worried about it, or you're worried about having to make a presentation, or get with other people, or have an interview. But it's likely that you are imagining the worst, and you're being preoccupied with something that's affecting you on a physical level. So this is a good time for you to step back, take a break, and recharge your perspective. Because regardless of what's happening in your life, whatever it seems like to you, there really are some other options available. There could be some things that you're not considering, that maybe you've been blocking in the past. Now, maybe that's because your pride won't allow you to go in a certain direction, or maybe you feel such strong emotion about something that you're not willing to change course, or just based on principle, you're not allowing yourself to consider other avenues. This could be a week where maybe you're worrying about helping someone, and it's a challenge for you to allow people to fight their own battles, live their own life. But you have to recognize that each person has a responsibility, as well as a freedom to make the choices that they see fit. So you could be not opening yourself up to other alternatives in choice that is keeping you chained to your anxieties at this moment. You could be so focused on what it is that you want, or what you want to achieve, or that connection that you want to make, that you're willing to overlook the consequences, and it's becoming something that's unhealthy and that is undermining you at this point. So this is a good week to be receptive and open to opportunity, to listen to your intuition, and perhaps move in a new direction, and realize whether or not you're running after some illusions, or whether your fears are indeed unfounded, that you're just compounding a situation unnecessarily. Now, the third week, you have a major card, and this is the last card in the tarot. So you are completing a cycle. It's the end of something, and so you will be on the horizon of a new beginning. So something is reaching its natural conclusion, and you may feel a sense of triumph or fulfillment or attainment in connection to it. Maybe you've reached your goal. Maybe you feel like you've achieved something, there's success, there was a job well done. Again, there could be issues of health. So perhaps, you are dealing with something with regard to your physical or your emotional health. But this could be a week where you do some traveling. You may connect to people at a distance. You may have contact with foreigners or international affairs, the world at large. There could be, any number of things where you are expanding yourself, expanding your horizons in some way. And focusing on, not breaking any limitations that you're facing. This is also a week, though, to say no to whatever is beyond your ability. So as this is the very last card and a new cycle is beginning, this is a chance for a fresh start this week and a second chance at something. So you will need to break away from your bad habits, your emotional dependencies, and recognize that those aren't doing you any good. This is a chance to make a fresh start. So this is a good time to start anything new, whether that's a new outlook, a new diet regimen, exercise routine, a new job, a new relationship. And it's difficult to move on if you're harboring any negative energy. So this is also a time about letting go and having forgiveness, forgiving other people and accepting forgiveness from others and forgiving yourself for things in order to make a fresh start, so that you can create a happy ending for yourself. This is a good week for you to be an initiator, a self-starter, because there's going to be one or more fortunate business, social, or romantic opportunities that cross your path this week. And so if you have this positive outlook, if you're starting in a new direction, it's going to be very easy for you to maintain that in order to enjoy what's coming to you much better. So the more confident you feel, the better you feel about yourself, what you're doing, the easier you can make peace with others. You can, bring people over to your side, even your opponents, and achieve your ends in a peaceful manner. As a matter of fact, by having a positive attitude this week, you can attract opportunity to you. You don't even have to do anything in particular, anything extraordinary. Just by being your best you bring opportunity to your door. And if you have some medical issues or some legal issues or any kind of challenge, this could be a week where you blow those away. Now, for some of you, though, this is going to be a challenging week because you're having difficulty moving in a better direction. You're falling back into the same old patterns, doing the same old things because you're stuck in a rut. And if you're not starting things for the right reason, even though you have these big ideas and a clear vision of what you want to happen, if your mindset is not in the right place, you're not going to make the progress that you're hoping for. So again, this is a week to be aware of limitations and what those are. So be cautious of overextending your budget or pushing too hard on others emotionally, crossing over emotional boundaries. Because you could start to work, because you want something so badly, you could start to work in ways that are somewhat scheming or devious that begin to make other people uncomfortable. So setting realistic goals is what's going to make you feel more alive. So this is a week where your enthusiasm is important. You could be reaping the fruits of your efforts. This would be a good week maybe to get out in nature, to acknowledge the cycle that's ending and have gratitude. And it's a good idea this week for you to shift away from any scarcity consciousness that you are nurturing. The last week you have the Page of Swords. So this is new energy with regard to communication or thinking. So perhaps you've made a shift and you're thinking in different ways. You may be trying to figure out something. If there were issues of forgiveness, maybe you're trying to resolve some kind of dispute or misunderstanding, and you're trying to do so in a rational, objective, dispassionate manner. This could be something that you're involved in that involves the intellect in some way. Maybe you are investigating something. Whatever it is, there's the possibility that this is a week where you're going to meet somebody new, or either you're going to get closer to somebody, or depending on how you've played things, you're going to move further apart. And it's all going to come down to how you speak to each other, how you communicate, how you relate. That's going to determine the course of the relationship. Now, for some of you, this is about getting with someone, some cooperation, some meeting to work out something, to improve something, in which case you could very well have a meeting of the mind, something that, a dialogue that sheds some light on something and gives you some clarity, some understanding. And so this could very well bring you closer to someone. But if this is not the case, if you're dealing with anger and anxiety, or a lack of cooperation, maybe you're noticing some things about your connections that don't appeal to you or no longer appeal to you. You're seeing some sides of people, some traits that are not appealing. And these could be, waving a flag to you. Or you may decide you've just had enough, that this is it, it's over. But for most of you, this could be about, trying to come together, work something out. And this could be a week of enjoyment or letting loose, or maybe you are trying to create some downtime for yourself. The underlying energy is this Page of Pentacles. So this again could be, I'm sorry, I didn't say that last week. It could be possible ties to an air person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So if this was a person rather than a trait, this is somebody who may not necessarily be all that emotional. They tend to think rather than feel. They may even be someone that's kind of immature or prone to argue, or somebody that likes to gossip or boast. But you will have to know, you yourself know who that is, if that's a person or if that's just a trait that's being employed in the week. But the underlying energy is this Page of Pentacles. Now this may be you. This is earth energy. So this is new. You're at a new place because you're not a king or queen, so there's a lack of authority over something. This is earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And maybe you are involved with studies. Maybe you're a student, or you're making some plans of some sort. This is a page who can bring in news of business or physical matters. So again, there could be a focus on your health. This could be a month where you may be trying to find out something about your health, getting some assistance or cooperation, and you may have to deal with someone that's not where you are, or you may have to deal with issues connected to surgery, and you're trying to figure those things out. But if not, this could be a new job offer, a new position. Maybe you're doing some on-the-job training, or there's some new projects that you're focused on. This page is going to bring you a small opportunity to gain. These are the seeds that you're planting right now for an opportunity to make more money or set yourself on better footing emotionally, your security needs. So there could be a focus this month, again, on the emotional, the health, the physical, the financial. And this month could be a significant turning point for you with regard to your emotional and social development. It could be that you need to get out there with the world at large and participate more. That may hold the key for you in some way with regard to business or your social life. And if you are involved in a partnership, this may be the time where you are making some plans to solidify something and begin a more permanent future together. Now, for some of you, it could be issues of anger because maybe someone you were involved with, a partner or whatever, is now looking elsewhere. Or you could be looking elsewhere. You could have been in some connection, and now, the grass is greener on the other side. And so you feel that some other prospect holds more promise for you. But just keep in mind, whoever this is, they may be promising more than they intend to deliver. But overall, this could be a month of renewal, new beginnings. You may be revitalizing yourself, focusing on health and healing. Because you had, this anxiety, there's also a need for you to try to maintain a positive mindset. So there's something that you're weighing your options. Now, this could come down to some issues that you're concerned about with regard to your finances or what is best for you. You could be weighing your options, trying to make a decision. You could be doing some traveling or dealing with someone that is traveling. But this is you trying to figure out how to make plans to either connect with someone, get some assistance, cooperate, have a meeting, make some plans. And you may have anxiety about trying to find something out, doing some research, getting the answers that you need. There's a strong focus on your work and your productivity. And you're going to be conflicted at times during this month. There will be times where you're working against yourself. Your logic and your emotions may be at odds with one another, and so there's a need for balance, and that may be why you're weighing your options. You're trying to find a place of balance, and you may feel as if you are tackling something that seems almost impossible, but you may be able to make that happen. In fact, it's likely that you will reach your goals or your objective, although how you have pictured it is probably not how it's going to play out, and it's probably not going to unfold in the time frame that you were hoping. This may depend on someone else. Your last card is a court card, so it may not be within your hands. It may ultimately rest on someone else. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who've already offered your support, please know that I am grateful and committed to you. The more you engage with me, the more I enjoy what I'm doing. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.